15.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're at the top. No. The shirts on it and versus. Really? All right. My first time, it's at chase that, hold on, and then you try to like head the other person. Half down, head butt, you're like, okay. Half down, right head butt, arm. Half down. I start to circle people, he blocks my hip. Keep list on the knees. Trap side. Trap your feet. Trap butt, roll over the shoulder. Roll over the shoulder. Just hard commit over the shoulder. Don't worry about breaking the block. Oh, let your body. Good. here. Here. Knee. So now as I'm coming. Oops. I should have kept that. Here's one thing. Well, then now, you do, is tripod up. And now, rolling on.
Yep, roll over your shoulder.
I think like that back there, so good. Should be felt that. Okay. Kind of great. You don't want to do that. Yeah. Like, well,
Are you kind of grabbing the arm too whenever he takes you down? Like, I think I'm not worried about your grip at all until I roll out. I'm probably gonna grip those. Well, when you roll out, that's the only way you're gonna hit the arm drag. Keep the lock. Yeah. It keeps the lock. Okay. The first time you get grip on that arm, find it. All right. Over here. Oops. Come in. Looks like the graceful where it should be. And pull it out. Second. Gotta be right on the back of your neck.
I need to take a look at my ear notes. Ice over here.
Here.
He keeps. Oops, wrong way. On my knee. Excuse me. Good grief. Hey, you want to?
Snack down.
Yep. Yeah, so now. Yeah, I'm gonna start working towards the back. Circle. Yep. Too good. No.
Oh. You don't have to like grab it. That's right in the JC.
What's that?
You're hitting the arm drag after like say like he flips out and he wants to arm drag it back into me. You don't have to get that grip until you know you've actually flipped out. On the wrist, they hit the arm drag.
Yeah, you need to roll out first. And then once you've rolled out,
So wait till.
Because it only works by maintaining the lock.
I think we can do it.
Right.
well, the key to getting that that 2-on-1 on the arm is getting a thumb post on the inside of your shoulder.
So as you're coming.
Right, and then once I have that, now I can get my second hand involved, and I can exactly
Are you doing that?
pull myself up.
So which arm was that?
See, somebody actually who knows what they're doing will be like, oh, my God.
It is.
Okay. My first priority.
It's gonna want to roll up.
I want to be able to keep it in the place. And then I can put my thumb on the inside right here. Once it's on the inside, where now even if you guys roll up, I can still use this tool once it then myself.
And my goal is to get this wrist basically to the mat and use it as a grip on my thumb.
Okay. Fell before I. Go ahead. No, you're good.
Yeah, see, I did the same thing you did there. Let's see where I started to fall.
Lost me that one.
Yeah, that's flat.
I'm going back.
But it helps me do
That's nothing more.
that's what I do.
Ready? Okay. I got four. Yeah. Yeah.
Roll over.
I was actually almost flipping.
That's last time.
That was like,
God, goddamn. Fell forever. That's just good. Yeah.
Make sure you roll over your shoulder and not your head.
Yeah, I know. I have a bad tendency to want to do that. Yeah.
Hey, hit one more, Nevada. Then let's call it there. Just hit one more. Yeah.
30.
Nice. Cam, to go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
All right. Um, want to modify the plan tonight just a little bit since we're a little lighter. I'm thinking maybe some people thought at 6:30 and they're gonna show up at 6:30. We'll see. Because this is like the one. This is like the one that starts at 6 instead of like on a half hour. So I might throw some people off. We'll see.
Are there
Um,
new times or something?
What's that?
Are there new times?
Yes. Yeah. New schedule.
Oh, really? What's the new schedule?
It's on the wall right there. It's also on WhatsApp and on the website.
All right, okay.
But you just showed up at the right time tonight.
Oh, yeah, no, I knew it was 6 on Thursdays. It starts at 6, and you guys have the thing for the hour before, like the games.
Well, it's usually 6:30 on Thursday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was 6.
Yeah, it's
no big deal since it gets off.
cool. Hey, well, let's tighten up some of these movements, and we can also review a little bit of what we went through last week. But first, let's tighten up some of the flow. We can spend a little extra time on that since we're a little lighter. So I want to give you a couple of pointers. First off, let's just tighten up our snap down. Okay, because we haven't really talked about it a whole lot this month. It's not really the focus. It's just one of the ways that we might find ourselves in this front headlock position. So I want to bake it in, but the focus of the month is not standing position and snap down. But I still want you to have some idea of what's going on here. So when we snap down, the fundamental thing that I always want to do is I always want momentum on my side, right? I don't want to be trying to snap him down with his body weight. He's pulling that way from me, right? It's way more work for me. So I want him to be coming to me. The way the primary means that we make him get coming to us is by giving him a force. So if I give him a force, at some point he decides to push back. Okay. If he does not, if he never pushes back, then I can bully him everywhere. Right? And then we start whispering in his ear. And then he pushes back because he gets angry. Okay. So at some point, if I want him to drop into me, I need to initiate a force into him. Right? At some point, he gives it back to me, and that's where this is the basis of a lot of our setups, not just snap downs. This is the basis of our single leg setup, right? Then to me, right? And I'm looking for that step. I'm looking to step away, pull him into a void that I've created for him, and then snatch up what I want. Right? So couple things. It can be all of this collar tie elbow position. This is my favorite, but you can try other stuff. My favorite is the collar tie elbow because I've got the 2-for-1. I've got the frame in between us for distance management, and I've got the collar tie that easily slides up to the crown as I snap down. Okay, that's another thing. If you're going to use the head, you're going to use the collar tie for snapping down. We don't snap down. We don't pull from the neck. We allow our hand to come up to the crown of the head, snap down there. Okay. Otherwise, like we get way more leverage. So I can make him look at his chest a lot more if I bring my head up here with less effort. Right. So here, as soon as I go to fire though, I step away, my hand slides up, I kick that leg back, and I put him in the void. See how void opens up there? But this doesn't have to be from a collar tie, right? It can be also creating angles, and then I might have double shoulder grips. Might have a shoulder and a tricep. It can be any form of grip. But once I'm ready, remember we always pull with 5 fingers. So no matter where we're going to pull from, right? I don't have my thumbs engaged, but when I'm ready to pull, I switch and I pull with all 5 fingers. But then wherever I want to pull him into, I just need him to give me momentum in that direction. So if he gives me momentum straight right now, if I take away the thing that's in between, like the space I want to create, I can put him there, put him into the void. Right. If he's a charging bull and he's coming in hot, let's just move out of the way, right? That's the idea. Let's drill that a little bit, right? Take whatever grips you want, give them a little bit of a push when you feel that reaction. You don't even have to go on the first one, right? Especially like experienced guys, they're gonna know you're trying to set this up. So these are things where you might have to play a game a little bit for a second. And then eventually he's gonna give you that reaction. And we're gonna crappily go for it because I didn't actually hit it. Trying my left hand. That was good. But that's the idea. I want to play with that timing. I want to play with giving him a force and receiving it back. And then putting him in a void. Okay? That's the basis for void draw. Basis for front headlock. Okay? So let's do a few reps of that. Just play with that. There's no like specific thing I'm asking you to do. I just want you to play with feel the force go out from you, feel it come back, put them in a void. Okay, whether that's an angle void or it's a straight back void, right? Because I can also pull him straight linearly, post in the head, and then crawl. But I can also pull him into a void by cutting an angle. So play with both. All right, 1, 2, 3. Y'all just trade 1 and 1. All right, trade 1 and 1. Trade 1 and 1 with your partner. Make sure everybody's getting some work in. Time, guys, time. Is that sort of making sense for you guys?
Yeah.
The timing aspect of it? I put a force out there, I get it back kind of thing. All right. Next, once we get the guy down, whether that was from an angle or it's from a just kind of kicking back, coming out linearly. There's a moment here where I've snapped him down. I don't want to get to a canvas in front of the camera, sorry, bro. Right here. I've snapped him down. I don't want to just lose connection with him. Right? Space is going to be our enemy. Right? I don't want to. If I do nothing, he just gets back to his feet. Right? Or if I do nothing, if I'm this upright, I'm dangerously leaving my leg out there for just a quick wrestle up. Okay? Little ankle pick, single, whatever he wants to do. So as I snap the guy down, we don't want to lose connection unless we're just trying to like, that's not a competition scenario. We're just trying to get away. Okay. Trying to get away. Like this guy's trying to hurt me, trying to hurt my family, whatever. Trying to get away. Make space, whatever. Cool. All right. But in the sport of jiu-jitsu, space can be the enemy here. Okay. So I put him down. I don't want to lose connection. Like as soon as he's down, I'm already looking for all those points of contact I need. So it's a quick, because he's gonna instantly be trying to come back up. I'm sprawling my hips back. I'm finding that shoulder, finding that neck with my shoulder that we've been talking about for 2 weeks now. Right? I'm driving into it. I'm finding that chin strap and finding that elbow. Right? And I've got at least 1 foot up so that if he circles, I can track him. Okay. My elbows are retracted towards my trunk. They're not flared out. They're nice and retracted, both of them. So this is true whether I break it down laterally like we just did, or I break him down at an angle where I like kind of step off to the side and put him in this void, right? So even if I do this, go back. If I do this, we're here. Boom. I'm still looking for him. Okay, I'm not just like standing here to admire my work, and I'm not gonna walk away, right? And I'm not gonna do nothing. So he just pops back up. And we're instantly looking for the neck, the chin, and the elbow. And our elbows are retracted. We're on at least, at most 1 knee, never on 2 knees. Okay. Let's run that. Carefully though, all right? Like you're gonna sprawl on people, especially in a drill. So treat them with some respect here. But hit the snap down. Just keep trading 1-on-1. Hit the snap down. Then we're like try to maintain connection as long as you can. Right? Try never to lose connection. So even if I snap him down, I'm looking for connection. See, even if it's just my hand right here, I'm prioritizing the head, right? Because if his head is down, he's gonna be even slower to get up. Right? This gives me nothing but more time. If I'm up here, it's not really as effective. He can even start to almost sit out through here, right? And give me problems. Start trying to cut an angle on me. So the head is what I prioritize, and then I'm also finding that neck. Okay. You can come down, especially in the purposes of drilling. You can kind of come down on the back and then find the neck. You don't have to just crash down on their neck. But the idea is, the points of control. So by the time I'm in the front headlock, I want my shoulder on the back of the neck. All right, let's run that. 1, 2, 3. One and one, guys. Nice. Right. And let's get our hips back. Right. Yeah. Yeah, you're kind of like squatting. I want him to carry me. Like he should be carrying most of my body weight.
Yeah.
There you go. Get up. Yep. Better. Yeah, that's better. Keep those feet kind of wider, not quite so narrow. I want to be a little wider in shoulder width at least. Yeah, because you don't want such a narrow base that any movement on him kind of causes you to get off balance. That foot back. Yeah. Better. All right, and your left foot's the one that's going to be up. We're never double knees down. It's better, yeah. Guys, when you snap down and you sprawl onto the headlock, make them carry your weight. Like all that weight is coming on the back of that neck through your shoulder. All right, so try to think about that, where you want the brunt of your weight distribution on their neck through your shoulder. You also want to keep a wide base with your feet. Okay, if you get narrow, you have like shoulder width or less feet, you're very easy to off balance if they just give you any kind of resistance. So, you know, watch this when I sprawl on Camden. Watch my feet. So I snap down. All right, some of y'all are kind of like here, right? I want to be also, some of y'all were like here at first. Make sure that we find back of the neck. I have wide base. Right, my feet are wide. At least one is up. We're never double knees down. At least the secondary leg, the one opposite our chin strap, our primary end, at least that one is up and on the toes. But I'm never just holding my weight. I want him to hold my weight. See that? I just got weight heavy. And here, I'm not as heavy. Okay? Here, I'm heavy. I can drive forward and down into his neck. So if my legs get narrow like this, any explosive movement from Camden is gonna off balance me. So I want my feet wide and my head starting to creep down. You see how my shoulders aren't level with the ground? I'm cheating forward with my right into the neck. Right? This isn't as heavy. This is heavy. Okay, so keep playing with it. Next one. What's up, Josh? Better, Cody. Much better. All right, everybody, get a couple more. All right. Good work, guys. let's clean up the, let's clean up the arm guillotine piece. Been working, man. So let's talk about once we got him down. Probably have that on your knees. All right, so once I've got him down, right? First off, when I put the circle, remember, if he doesn't block on a hit, then great. Just take his back. Like that's what, that's great. That's the reason in the front headlock position in the third place is to threaten submission and positional advance at the same time. Right, but for this flow, if I start circling and he blocks me, that's a good move on his part. Right? It's a good move on his part. He doesn't want me to take his back. That's not cool. Right? But when I step here, this is great territory for the arm guillotine because now my hand is over the elbow. His hand is outside of my hips, right? I can't step through if his hand was here, right? His hand was here because I need to flick the arm, right? And it needs to be outside of my leg for me to actually hit this arm guillotine. So when I step through, the signal was that his hand's on the outside of my hip line. This tells me if I simply step to his hips, he's not going to get that elbow back. Right? That's mine. Like the arm is now mine. He can't get it back. Now, when I say step to his hips, I literally mean like I'm trying to, if anything, I'm stepping past, or especially in this flow where you can kind of get up. Still, I step even past his hip line. Also notice that my shoulder never like leaves the back of his neck. And I never create this like space. I'm still here. I'm just trying to creep around the corner and get past his hips with my foot. And now I've cut this angle where my hips are perpendicular to him. Right? My hips are perpendicular to his hips. Now it's also easy for me to throw my leg over. If I was here and I didn't step very deep, it's quite difficult for me to get my leg over. And if any attempt to do so, greatly off balances me. But if I step deep and now my hips are turned in towards him, now it's easy for me to get my leg over. I can even remain standing. Okay, so here, I go to circle and he blocks. I want to step past the hips. Now, whether I get to both feet or not isn't as important. If I want to have a higher degree of success jumping this closed guard guillotine, which is what we want, that's like the king of guillotines. You can closed guard arming guillotine. You can finish people with an open guard arming guillotine, no problem. But closed guard just gives us even more control, even less percentage for them to escape. If I actually get to both feet, the only benefit, or the main benefit of being to both feet, right, is I actually am able to get even more coverage and even more up under him. I'm able to create more height of his chest in relation to the ground if I physically lift myself higher, right? So if I stay on one foot right now, this is as high as I can get while maintaining contact with his neck. If I try to posture up any higher, I lose that control, right? This is as high as I can get. If I get to both feet, this is as high as I can get. See how the relation of his chest to the ground? See where his chest is right now? See where his chest is now? This opens his body up more to get that closed guard, to get this bottom leg through. So if I'm here, I'm on my knee, this is where it's going to be a harder time locking up the closed guard. It's not to say I can't do it, but it's just harder. But if I can get his chest even further away from the mats, it just opens up this void more for me to get that bottom leg in. Okay, so that's why the flow specifically, I've been getting to both feet and stepping off to the side. This gives me the greatest chance for the closed guard guillotine. Next, I make contact, right? Contact, contact, okay? And then when I fall to a hip, I fall to my choke side hip, my primary side hip. We don't fall at this hip, and we control this momentum. I saw some of y'all struggling with this specifically, where you go to fall, you go to actually jump the close guard guillotine,
And this is what happens. Here, we don't want to be here. We want to be on our primary hip. Okay, and I also want to be on the hip, not on my back flat. I don't want to be on the secondary hip, secondary side. I want to be more on my hips flat. I want to be on the primary hip. The next crucial thing here is constantly trying to get my chin to his neck. If I stay like this, there's so much space being created. And when he starts tripoding and posturing, it's going to create even more space, right? So my chin is constantly trying to get to his neck. So that as he's fighting, it's harder and harder. When I add my knees, bringing my knees to my chest and back heeling, it's almost impossible for him to get his head up as long as I'm disciplined with all these things at the same time. I'm disciplined with where which hip I'm on. I'm disciplined with knees to chest. I'm disciplined with my chin. I'm just becoming a ball, right? That's all we're doing. I'm balling up. Now he tries to get his head up. Quite difficult. Okay. See, I've got to play this even before the finish. I'm not even talking about the finish right now, right? I'm just talking about making sure that we're in a position to finish. Because I'm not in a position to finish. Even if my hands are locked here, I'm in no position to finish if I'm like looking at the ceiling here. Even if I try to finish it, just get up. It's not gonna happen. I've got to be disciplined with knees to chest, back heeling, chin to the neck. Probably most importantly, chin to neck. But all those combined gives you incredible amounts of control. So play with that now. Before we're not even worried about submissions, we just want to make sure, like, get everything nice and locked up. We're not trying to choke them though. We're just keeping our chin strap. We're not shifting to the artery, just for the sake of the drill. Ball up and then have them try to get their head out for just two or 3 seconds. Not a big deal. Like not rolling. Okay, just try to let them get their head out and see if they're able to. Then conversely, don't do any of those things. Just fall to your back flat and hold them in a headlock, and then have them try to get their head out. Okay, and you can still try to keep it without choking them. But even with that, even if you start making corrections, if you start making the corrections, but they've initiated the escape already, they've got the advantage there, right? Because if you're already messed up, like here, let me explain what I mean by this, and then I'll shut up. Look, if I fall on my back here, when I say go, try to get your head out, okay? He's gonna have a time, like he's gonna beat me every time, right? Or actually in a second, when I tell you to, you decide when to go, all right? But when he decides to get his head up, he's always gonna have a timing advantage on me, right? So even if I start making those corrections, it may be too late, right? So let's make sure that we're disciplined with these things, because these things you should be thinking about as I'm falling into this position. I'm jumping this close guard. I'm already balled up. I'm not waiting until I hit the ground. I'm looking for that hip. If anything, balling up slows my momentum down so I don't end up on the far hip. Like I just kind of like a stone falling down the one hip. I'm not fluid. My body's not opened up. I'm just like looking to fall like a rock to that hip. All right. Questions on that? All right. 1, 2, 3. All the things make it really.
Your left hand should be locked over the arm. No, but just you should lock your hand still from the front headlock. Yeah.
Side. What are you doing? Like, get still the trap, or you go ahead.
What about center half elbow? It's not very perfect. Like right now, the purpose of that hand, it's valuable in this position here. I'm trying to monitor his elbow. I want to be able to start either getting it away so that I can sit in shows or stuffing it in so that I can cut me here. But once I start circling, now it's serving no purpose, just like monitoring arms. I don't think my leg is doing good job of keeping me on now I got to jump on here. That's a long way of saying, yeah, I'm blocking my hands back. So I'm really fine. Alright. So. How you doing, Zachariah? Long day, man? You look tan. Did you burn?
Super wide.
Your arms are super tan.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, give her. Nice. That looks much better in the back.
If I think about it, just having the head further over the weight.
Yeah, if your weight's back, it kind of takes you to the other hip, right? Yeah. On like sneaks. Okay, sorry, my bad. I'm just a layman. My bad, father.
Keep saying you like the
There. It's just one person. We're 22 had me.
This is 2025, bro.
Yeah.
That's all nonsense now. All right, guys, let's review that high wrist high elbow guillotine. I don't want to do any new material today. Well, we can. Actually, no. Let's review it because it's so good. I want to make sure we really got that, and then we'll add to it next week. All right. So, one last just footnote on that last section here. Whenever he asked a good question, right? What am I doing with my hands once I get to here, right? Well, the purpose of the hand, right? The purpose of my secondary hand in the front headlock position was always to monitor this elbow and be able to either keep it on the inside or keep it on the outside, right? But it's all about elbow control and my ability to stay aligned with it. But as I take that deep step, my body now blocks out. I have no need to keep my hand anymore, right? But yes, my hand is going to also where we can go for the finish. We'll go ahead and make that adjustment. So I'm here, I'm already making the adjustment that rounding corner. Okay. Now where I can meet my hand. Now I'm closing my fist. Yeah, I felt kind of square. I'm not gonna go for the finish. I am gonna beat the ball up, right? But then he's gonna be struggling to get out. Watch, I gotta cut an angle. Now I'm ready to finish. Okay. You gotta be able to self-correct when you realize you made a mistake too. So like if I fall straight on my back, I'm still gonna ball up. So I can't lose. If I lose the head, it's over, right? I got no more guillotine. But there is a moment there where I can still use his body to shift my own hips under him and get the angle I need. Okay? While still remaining the ball. Does that make sense? All right, let's do high risk PT. All right. So, last week we talked about the high risk position. The reason we like this is traditionally guillotines, when you think of them, really just thought of as like what is a low risk guillotine. Meaning my wrist is down here low in the neck. I'm here, kind of scooping up. Like that's a classic guillotine, right? But the high risk position, if the purpose of a strangle, the most effective type of strangle, is closing off arteries, then I'm leaving a lot of room up here on the secondary artery, right? And I can kind of cover it, right? I can try to cover it with my palm, with my fingers. I can do all kinds of stuff there, but I get a lot of this for free if I simply do that center line shift that we went over a couple weeks ago, where I make room for my wrist to come up high, where my knuckles are higher than the trap. Now I get that coverage for free. Makes sense, right? So this is the high risk position. This is here. This is really, this is more effective because we can attack from here, right? But even if it's also more effective in my opinion than the low risk because down here, get your hands involved and don't let me strangle you. Don't let me strangle you. Feel like grip fighting. When I come here, grip fight. Way harder. It's way harder to grip fight. What's he gonna grab? My elbow? Way harder. Okay? So that's why we like this high risk position. That's why I'm gonna teach you it first. We'll get to the other stuff, but I'm teaching you the most effective one first. So high risk position. Also, it creates another dilemma. We're all about dilemmas, right? Traditional submission dilemma for front headlock. And also, you create the submission dilemma here, where as I go to cut an angle for this high risk, high elbow guillotine, if he blocks my, and I can't get around, right? Or I can't get my hips around, well, I could still cover the artery and I can go with a low elbow guillotine here. Okay, so that's like, we'll do low elbow guillotine next week, but like just to give you an idea, like the high wrist also gives you multiple guillotine options that you can swap back and forth from. Okay, you can swap to your secondary, always faster than reloading, right? God reference? Yeah, there we go. All right, good. I'm not alone, that one landed. All right, so high risk guillotine. Here, I'm looking for that center line shift. Okay, now I'm gonna post on the tricep. I'm looking to cut this angle where I put my, I'm gonna get my knee on the back side of the tricep, and I'm gonna get my fingers to the blade of my palm, get my elbow high. That's the whole purpose of the high risk, high elbow guillotine. Is as I shift, I'm looking to step across, get my elbow high, and I'm gonna step across and shift my head to where I'm looking at it. Okay, so here I'm gonna throw my left leg over his back and hips, and windshield wipe my bottom foot. Here, and windshield wipe my bottom foot, and I'm looking to get my elbows to the center line. And a very similar mechanic as the arm guillotine with the cradle of the baby, except the arm is out. So again, I'm here front headlock, center line shift. I'm grabbing that notch, keep my elbow high. Remember, because the more I cinch this up, the more I drive the blade of my wrist into that artery. Okay, I cut this angle, I close off his elbow, and then I'm able to turn the leg over,
Make sure like that back foot, stay ball up the whole time. Yeah, he's gonna tap. There's a really quick tap. So be careful when you drill it. All right, any questions on that one? All right, yeah, let's run this one. This one, when I first learned it, took me a while to get to like actually feel it. So if you're getting it naturally good for you, but I do not. Even get out on the arm and easy. All right, 1, 2, 3. What is that going to get rock?
Yeah, it was like that. Yeah, if I'm going to like, so like over here, if you want to put me in it, like goes over. So it's pretty hard to hit this one farther than like on the when you're here like this, it's kind of like this, and you want to be like that. Like you see, yeah, like can you feel that pressure on the back of your neck?
Yeah.
That's like also what you want to walk. Because with that, it allows you to, or it doesn't allow me to, like, my first line should be right there.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
I got it.
Start picking around to make it difficult to get that elbow out.
I couldn't tell if it was tight and I had to let go, or it wasn't tight yet.
Oh yeah, it's a weird show, especially whenever you go to like stay tight, it's like the actual it's just like
Okay.
Other side, Brendan. Other side. Yeah.
Yeah, and then elbows rotate this new one. I'm trying to my elbows line spot. Okay, for the finish.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, you think that's like it's kind of like cradle kicking how far I'm getting. I'm just trying to get my elbows like close to spine.
oh my bad. I didn't
Not neck break, the neck break, yeah, but the finish, if everything is properly.
Oh yeah.
It just gets all the pressure on it.
Yeah.
Guys, you'll finish this. When you finish this, your elbow,
Yeah, there you go.
still in that high position. It never drops down. My elbows are always in this line as I drive them towards the center line. My elbow never falls.
And so when you said after you get that and you're here, you're looking into them.
Is that
Like your head placement, you're looking like into them. Okay, yeah. Fine, check that. Okay. Yeah, I was just making sure that I got that.
Yeah, your head won't stay on the side. It works.
Yeah. I can pump a minute ago, like small thing, small thing, pump that over.
Yeah, when you grab your wrist, it's like this pop.
Still going here, or do I kind of get where I'm going first and then worry about do I can grab after this?
I did that like tricep. The key is that if I do that generalized shift, that I'm timing this elbow. So like if I abandon it early, it has a greater percentage of, greater chance of blocking me along. All right, but if I also do nothing, I got so disciplined with this. As I round the corner, then you just like reach through it. It's pretty difficult. It's like in practice, I'm going to trying to get the same problem. I'm just trying to convince this biceps. Because as soon as I heard around the corner, I didn't need to beat his tricep with my knee, and I'm okay. But that means. I'm sorry, I can't tell you everything correct. Oh, let's say side, but like all that part. Can't stay on it. I don't think the LPG. Yeah. The elbow should always. That initial high risk position, your elbow and your wrist never really drop the whole as you roll it. Right there, and then kind of talks on it. Holding the bigger whole wrist, back against next to the whole loser here. Then the knuckles never drift down, the elbow never drifts out. Always. Alright guys, hey, that's if you want to keep drilling this, please feel free, but please go on that side of the mat so we can start practice. Feel free to drill this or to run 4 reps or roll, whatever you want to do. Thanks for practice. And you have a minute to get water.